Jayne Zirkle, thank you so much for your time on such a difficult day. What's your reaction to this tragic news?
I mean, it's just utterly devastating. It is so shocking and unbelievable that this happened in the United States of America. Charlie Kirk was truly larger than life. At just 31 years old, he built a political empire that will go on long beyond him. You know, his life may not be measured in years, but rather the amount of lives that he touched and he impacted. And obviously, surrounding his assassination, there's so much talk about political violence and hate and rage that people are filled with. But Charlie Kirk was a uniter. He brought so many young people into the conservative movement, and he gave them a home, and he gave them a task, and he gave them a purpose. And he built this movement that was really built on love and camaraderie. And not only was this an organization, Turning Point USA, that employed hundreds of young people, but this is an organization that many young people built their lives on. I know so many people who met through Turning Point USA who are now married and have families of their own. And I know if one thing Charlie would always say is, you know, get married and have children, and that's something that he would always preach. And I think if we could take one thing away from him and one piece of advice, it would be that get married, have children, start a family, and make the world a better place. And you know, leave things better than they were left.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful legacy. It's such an important legacy. Jayne, you knew Charlie personally. Can you reflect on your relationship with him and how you've been grappling with this devastating, tragic news today?
Sure. I mean, it's just heartbreaking. Absolutely, absolutely devastating. I first met Charlie back in 2017 at his first ever high school leadership summit at George Washington University in Washington, D.C. And this was when Turning Point USA was just a baby organization that not many people had heard of. And there were only around 80 to 100 students in attendance at this conference. And he sat with the students and had breakout sessions with the students, and you know, just talked with us one-on-one. And then to come back the next summer and see how the organization had grown, and the summer after that, and now of course his events today, they garner tens of thousands of participants. I mean, even the event today, you saw the ginormous crowd that came out to see him speak. He truly was a revolutionary in the political world, and when he spoke, people listened. He had his show, the Charlie Kirk Show, every day on top of Turning Point USA, and he truly was just one of a kind and such a powerful force.
He also became close to many senior figures in the Trump administration, and many credit him with helping Trump win, particularly states like Arizona. Can you talk a bit to that, about his influence within the administration and how he helped President Trump's campaign?
Big time. Charlie Kirk has led one of the largest grassroots campaign initiatives ever. He deployed thousands of ballot chasers and canvassers. He's employed, you know, hundreds and thousands of people to fill these positions, and given young people opportunities to get involved with politics. And he really focused this past election on the key state of Arizona, like you were saying. And I truly believe it's because of Charlie's efforts that, you know, Arizona turns the way it did. And I think that, you know, it's just he leaves behind such an amazing legacy, that's unparalleled.
Yeah, and Jayne, he leaves behind such a beautiful family as well.
Yes, he leaves behind two young children, a beautiful wife. He was such a strong man of faith, and his faith is what always guided him. He was a man of God, and I think that's what he'd really want us to remember him for, is his faith.
So Jayne, Charlie Kirk advocated free speech, conversation, dialogue, reaching out to the other side, having polite discourse. He argued this was all fundamental to avoid violence. And yet this is the horrendous action that has ended his life, a bullet.
I think that Charlie Kirk, you know, he was a uniter, and unfortunately there is definitely an evil hatred that exists in our country that we need to overcome. And we have to overcome it together. We have to unify as one. And I think, especially going in tomorrow to the 24th anniversary of 9/11, it's more relevant than ever that we focus on the theme of unification and coming together and making sure that something like this never happens again. You know, we said never again, of course, when we saw the assassination attempt against President Trump's life. And clearly that theme did not resonate with enough people. And so I do think there is a very, very serious sickness within our country right now. And it's devastating to see the impact that it's had. But I know Charlie is somebody that has always worked towards being a uniter. And that's something that we need to continue on as we honor his legacy.